What's up, everybody? Jackson here, and if you didn't hear, recently PlayerUnknown Battleground got a mobile phone port, and it's free. So today I'd like to take a trip in the DeLorean back to September of last year when Bluehole Vice President, I just want to make sure I get his name right, Changhan Kim. After listening to growing feedback from our community and reviewing the gameplay ourselves, we are concerned that Fortnite may be replicating the experience for which PUBG is known. Here's the thing, PUBG was replicating a fucking experience for which Arma modders were known. Other games, H1Z1, there's other games that came out before PlayerUnknown Battleground, alright? What PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds did, the Bluehole with this game, they saw a fucking hole in the market and they filled it, right? The problem is they filled it with a bad fucking product. If you don't know, I'm gonna have a link below to a BdobbinsFTW video about Fortnite cheater, or not Fortnite, PUBG cheating and why it's happening. And so this game has made so much money, like a ridiculous amount of money, okay? What the Bluehole was really concerned with, and I made a video about this at the time, what Bluehole was truly concerned with is that Fortnite was a better running, better functioning product. And I'm not going to say that it's the same experience essentially, except for the minute-to-minute gameplay, which is vastly different. In Fortnite, you have the ability to build, so you can build sniper towers, walls, cover, there's traps, other sorts of shit. In PlayerUnknown Battleground, it seems more visceral, with the visuals having a more realistic quality and less of a cartoon vibe. It has vehicles, you can drive vehicles through it. And so, like, these are different experiences, different games. They all equal up to the same thing, and that is a Battle Royale mode, right? It's not unique to fucking PlayerUnknown's. Them at the time when they were saying this, they were running under this excuse. They were saying, we use the Unreal Engine, and since Epic owns the Unreal Engine, we're concerned that they may be taking updates and excluding us from them, or there was some weird shit they were saying. I'll have a link below to an article written by Jason Schreier. Basically, they were saying, they copied us, and we don't like it, and we want some form of restitution, okay, motherfucker? You owe us something. And the reason this was happening is because Fortnite was offering, Epic Games with Fortnite was offering up the same experience, not the exact same experience, but the overall same experience of being dropped into a fucking, you know, on an island, 99 other people but you. Hunger Games, bitch, right? It's Hunger Games. There's like, that's what I don't get. Like, is Bluehole going to attack Hunger Games? Are they going to go after, you know, like fucking Arma or fucking any of these other games that have this game mode, which has become hugely popular? And I'll be the first to admit it, I don't understand why. I personally don't find a ton of enjoyment in this Battle Royale formula. Now, I mean, there's things that I think could change that for me. For instance, if I was able to control my loadout in some way in these games, it's all random based. There's far too many matches where I land in and I'm running in to go into a house. Someone's already in there. They picked up the one gun that's in the house and they kill me with it. And that match is over and it lasted 30 seconds. I'm not a big fan of this game mode, okay? I can see, though, much the same way I'm sure there's people who hate MOBAs, but are like, I can see why it's popular. You know, that competitiveness, blah, blah, blah. I see why Fortnite would have, or Battle Royale would have appeal to a lot of people. I have no problem with it. Me, personally, it's not my taste. Especially when you get into the BdobbinsFTW video, just to bring that up real quick again. The gold farming that's gone on, this escalation of, like, there's this in-game economy that is ridiculous. They're selling t-shirts and hats and shit like that for fucking hundreds of dollars. It's disgusting, frankly, that people are buying these. That this is a market that's real enough for the Chinese people to start fucking doing gold farming in this game. Basically just having players on all day, every day, collecting these points to get these crates, to buy these keys, to unlock. I don't know what the fuck they do or how it works. But there's some way they're earning real life cash. All the video to BdobbinsFTW video. He breaks it all down. It's fucking amazing. But I don't personally know because I haven't played PlayerUnknown's Battleground. I'm not going to pay $30 for experience that I'm like, I can get in Fortnite for free. You know what I mean? And as someone who was on the fence, who wasn't going to pick up PlayerUnknown Battleground, and as someone who's playing Fortnite now because it's free, right? I kind of was doing exactly what Epic Games figured I would. That's why they made that game mode for free. They said, we'll make money off of the PvE content, the, save the world content, sell an early access founders pass for $40, and that's how we'll get our money. I think the whole damn thing should be free because of the fucking incredibly predatory fucking way that these loot box microtransactions are being divvied out. They are colorful, they are clownish, they are clearly built for kids. No one had me in mind, a fucking half-ass old-ass man, no one had me in mind when they were developing this piñata, right? Did they think I was gonna be like, oh, this is fucking super duper cute, I better go get some more money and buy some more of these? No, they knew I wasn't going to do that, but a kid would. It's bright, it's colorful, it's funny. The piñatas always say something cutesy and fucking just dumb. It's the sort of thing where you look at it and you're like, wow, this was clearly built and developed for kids in mind. And you know what? Like I said before, I honestly don't have a huge problem with loot boxes in free-to-play games. The reason being is that I personally view it as a player option for the player. When I hit that point where it's like, okay, I either give in and buy these fucking loot boxes, or, all these time savers, or these boosts, or whatever, or I just stop playing this game because I'm done playing this game because I'm not going to fork over all this cash, right? So that's the thing. I just don't think that shit belongs in $60 or any game that you pay an upfront price for. I don't think that loot boxes need to be in any fucking game that you pay an upfront price for. You've already given them money for the content. If the content is now going to be divvied out in loot boxes that are available to purchase, I feel like I've been had, right? So personally, I think Fortnite, the fucking PvE Save the World content should be 100% free. I don't think that fucking Epic Games needs to have that $40 in order to make money. I think that is a greed move on their part. However, when you move to PUBG and you want to talk about greed moves, let's talk about this rush to combat this cheating epidemic, because the gold farmers are cheating. It's easier to make more money if you have cheats, so why the fuck wouldn't you use cheats? PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, very easy to cheat in. Easier than Fortnite. Is consuming so much dev attention that updates are being held back, right? This early access title, I don't know if it's released now or not, but this was an early access title for the majority of the time that it was up for sale. What people got was broken promises when people said, okay, you said you weren't going to put loot boxes in this until it was released, right? He specifically said there will be no loot boxes in PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds until it has officially released. In early access stage, we're going to focus on smoothing out the gameplay, development, on adding new content, finishing the game pretty much, right? Because this is an early access title, so it's not done. However, I think most people would say that the PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds now versus a year, 2 years ago, whenever it blew up, there's not a whole lot of difference. Okay, not a whole lot, maybe one map and some weather effects. But the game overall smoothness has been greatly affected, obviously, because of cheaters, people shooting through buildings and shit, right? So that's been damaged. Now on top of that, there's the Xbox port that was just awful for a while. I don't know if it's better now, but from what I saw, it looked like it was bad. It looked like a motherfucker was running through a cardboard village. I'll have a link to a Crowbcat video below, right? Then you look at fucking Epic and Fortnite. And they're like, yeah, we're bringing it to the console. It's going to be free. And it's going to run in 60 frames per second at a certain point. That's nuts. That's what I hope people start to learn from Fortnite, and why I'm glad Fortnite is being successful. It's you can crank up like particle effects and other such things, but at the end of the day, this is a low like resolution, low like art, like it's just not going to tax your machine that much running Fortnite based on the visuals. However, it still has a very bright, colorful, like appealing look to it that I personally don't mind. My problem with Fortnite is the gameplay loop. I don't like the Battle Royale mode, as I previously mentioned, and the gameplay loop in the PvE content is just the same. It's like, go out, survive the storm by A, saving people, B, defending a point, C, defending a point, D, defending a point, defending a point, defending a point, right? And then you're done. And then you get fucking piñatas that smile and laugh and have bright, colorful candy pop out of them when you break them. And you hope you get something good. And that's the Fortnite gameplay loop. And no. I'm omitting the fact that there's like all these things that you have to log in. You're obligated to log in every day if you want to level up, because there's a cap on the amount of experience. It lets you earn like these tech points over time. Anyway, I'm devolving into a fucking Fortnite thing. Either way, I'm glad that it's successful, not because of the loot boxes, not because of all of that shit. And I kind of think Overwatch a lot for this. It's a lower graphic, like it's a graphical downgrade. You take away like, oh, we have to have grass, and then we have to have like sand kick up when their feet move, and this and that and the other, and they make it cartoony. It's still a fun game, still a great game, and it's going to run better. It's a game you don't need Plus to play. It's a game you don't need Xbox Gold to play. Those are the sorts of games I'm kind of happy are getting big. I'm also fucking kind of pissed. At the same time, in the same breath, I'm pissed because these loot boxes have been in the most popular games for a long time now. Ever since Overwatch blew up. If you look at every single game that's like the most played on Steam, the most played anywhere, it's games like this. Now, how much of that is actual people enjoying it and playing it? How much of that is just cheaters ruining that enjoyment, or just playing it just so they can get an in-game item that they could then sell for real-life cash? Because someone out there's dumb enough that they're going to pay $120 for a fucking hoodie when you don't even have to pay that much for one in real life unless you're a fucking asshole. Right? I get a hoodie for fucking max $40. Max. I don't know. Those are my thoughts on it. I just wanted to revisit this because I found it very funny that Bluehole has now moved to a similar free-to-play system, and that they can't really do a full free-to-play system on the PC or on the Xbox because of these gold farmers, because of this in-game economy, this supply and demand that they created within their own game. And it's all just like, I don't know, man. That's why with loot boxes, one of my arguments has been for a while, it's been, I think player-to-player trading is a great way to go. But then I see shit like this in fucking PUBG. And I'm like, you know what's a great way to go? Just fucking sell people shit that they want to get. Have things, fucking Battlefront 2. Oh my god. We're living in that fucking area of reality where I'm like, EA is doing it the best way. Like, what the fuck? And that's if they promise on their content. Or they deliver on it. Because we don't know that EA is going to give you any fucking substantial content. At any point they could say, oh, but we worked really hard on this, so this one's actually a paid expansion. We've seen Destiny do it. We've seen other games do it. And that's what sucks. Is I'm glad that Fortnite is able to slide in there and fill this hole that PUBG could have filled if they had spent more of this fucking microtransaction money and, you know, resells on their games to cheaters who they've banned. If they would have spent that money on securing the system, putting in the work, and having it up and running and smooth, they had all the time in the world. They had all the time in the world. Like, I'm not sure when. I'm not going to try to assume when Epic Games decided to put a Battle Royale mode into Fortnite. But I know that it was probably after they saw how wildly successful it was becoming. Whether that's with PUBG or without PUBG, either way, PUBG had the time. It was a good year and a half, maybe longer, before this hit. It should have been established on the PC. It should have been running smooth as fuck. Should have been out. Should not have still been in early access with loot boxes in it. Should have been out. You want to put loot boxes, whatever. You do it in a way that they're not able to make fucking gold off of it. But that's the thing. They don't have a problem with that. That's a lot of time on. That makes their numbers go up. That makes their value go up. It's fucking, to them, they don't really care. They just don't want people cheating because that's going to drive away the legit players, and most of those are the whales. who are paying to look cool while they're kicking people's ass. We're getting shot for the first 5 minutes. You land on the map. That's it for me, everybody. Jackson, I love you. Till next time, stay smart, stay awesome, and as always, break down your own argument and then rebuild it stronger in the flame of the opposition. Love you.